Hey guys, I just wanted to get this video out quickly today as I was thinking about this. About 3 years ago, I made this video. Some of you might have watched it. I basically purchased a ClipperMate stringing machine. I purchased it new straight from the company and wanted to see kind of what you got and everything. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to make a whole series on these drop weight machines. I actually, before that, had never strung on a drop weight machine. I've always strung on either a, standard crank 6-point mounting kind of machine or computerized machines, mostly the Bablock machines. And so I thought, yeah, I'll just make videos on that. And it's a good way to get for people to get started in stringing is to use a machine like this. But once I unpacked it, I put it together, I started to string with it, reading, just kind of getting myself up to speed on everything. I kind of realized that it's really boring. I mean, like using this thing to string a racket is not only laborsome, and if you haven't strung before, I could see where this could like totally be a turnoff. So I'm basically saying now, like, if you want to be a good racket stringer and you want to enjoy this and you're not sure where you might take it in the future, but I would not start here. Do not waste your money starting with a drop weight machine that has, 2-point mounting and that has flying clamps, clamps that these are even vice grips that were customized. And then you have the weight that basically, to tension it. Just don't waste your time. Now, I hope that I get some comments on this and that I get some feedback on people that have had experiences like that, or maybe stringers who have had a good experience with it. But, from my perspective, it not only is it like laborsome trying to string this, it just doesn't feel professional, it doesn't feel consistent. Of course, I'm coming from a different viewpoint, having been on the other end of it. But as far as like if I was starting and learning to string with this, I probably would. I don't know if I would give up and maybe just not like really take it serious. So honestly, spend $1,000, get something decent. Don't waste your money on $250, $300. While I was researching this, I also thought, you know what? I wonder if you can get a machine for $100. Can you buy a racket stringing machine for $100? And sure enough, I was able to find, you might have seen this as well. This is something that is available on eBay, and I think those individuals purchased it on like AliExpress, if you're familiar with that. So it came straight from China. So this looks kind of like a do-it-yourself kind of machine, but hey, it has 6-point mounting. I think for the clamps, you just use your traditional floating clamps, and you notice they use a weight here, a dumbbell, as their weight. So it is possible to get a stringing machine for $100 and get the job done. But honestly, if you are going to be a racket stringer, I'm going to say this again, do not buy a cheap machine like this. You're going to get bored. It's going to sit in your closet. I think eBay's a testament to that. You go there and you can find, 100 of those ClipperMates and similar machines. I'm talking, Gamma, Alpha. There's a lot of other companies, Chinese companies that make, something basically like this that just has a place for drop weight. It has a place for you to mount the racket and then to hold that. There's a lot of similar type of things that are around $200 to $300. Now, if you're going to get a drop weight machine that has 6-point mounting and that has rails with clamps attached on a base, okay, I'd go with that. But just because of the techniques that you're learning here, you're going to have to unlearn those techniques and you're going to have to learn something completely different. So honestly, I know this kind of sounds a little different than maybe what I was sounding in the past, but I was just thinking about this going like, you know what, don't waste your time. I'm not here, sometimes if you're trying to sell affiliate links or push a product, you might, people might advertise something like this, but honestly, don't waste your time. If you want to get serious in racket stringing, you're going to need to spend $1,000 or something. something similar to that. You can get a good used entry-level computerized machine. I'll probably make some other videos on that as well. But hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this kind of raised some ideas for you, some thoughts, or maybe you totally don't agree. I don't know, but let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. But honestly, I would not waste my time. All right. Till next time, have a good day, and we'll talk soon.